Number 123. Prove the statement using the epsilon-delta definition of the limit. Now, we're going to follow a two-step process. First, we need to find the relationship between delta and epsilon. We need an equation that connects them together. Next, we're going to prove that the absolute difference between f of x and L, that it's less than epsilon. If we can do those two things, then we have proven that this limit statement is true using the epsilon-delta definition of the limit. So let's begin. The limit as x approaches a of f of x is equal to L. And also, the absolute difference between f of x and L, that's less than epsilon. And the absolute difference between x and a, that's going to be less than delta. So right now we can see that a is equal to 3, f of x is 4x plus 5, L is 17. So here we're going to have 4x plus 5 minus L, so minus 17, and that's less than epsilon. And then let's replace a with 3. So the absolute value of x minus 3 is going to be less than delta. 5 minus 17 is going to be negative 12. If we factor out a 4, we get this. Dividing both sides by 4, we get the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than epsilon over 4. So now that these two are the same, we could see the relationship between epsilon and delta. So delta is equal to epsilon over 4. So that's step one. That's the relationship between the two. So now that we've established the relationship between delta and epsilon, let's show that this expression is true using this relationship and this limit. If we can do that, then we have proven that the limit statement is true. So let's start with the absolute value of f of x minus L. So we know f of x, that's 4x plus 5. L is 17. 5 minus 17 is 12. And then we can factor out a 4, and so we'll have this. Now keep in mind, the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than delta. So what we can do is, if this is true, and if we multiply both sides by 4, we could say that 4 times the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than 4 times delta. So this part here is less than 4 times delta. So that means that the absolute value of f of x minus L, it's equal to this, but it's less than 4 times delta. So we're going to say it's less than 4 times delta. So I'm just going to continue over here since I'm running out of space. Now what we can do at this point is we can replace the delta with what it equals here. So that's when we're going to use this relationship. So let's substitute delta with epsilon over 4. The 4's will cancel and we'll get epsilon. So by going through this process and ending up with this original condition, we've shown that this limit statement is true. And of course, if you plug in 3, you could see it's true. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 5 is 17. So we know it works. But that's the process you would go through to prove it using the epsilon delta definition of the limit.